My voice in my videos sounds a lot different than the voice in my head, and I know it's that way for everybody, but with me, my voice on the videos, what you're hearing and what everybody hears, is this meek, quiet. I sound like I would be a very agreeable person. And in my head, that's not what I hear. I'm a strong warrior, and that's what my voice used to sound like. But I guess I've been in so many relationships where I've been delegated to that role or there was hell to pay that I have actually taken that with me, even though it's been many years since I've been in a relationship like that or any relationship at all. And I guess 6 years since my mother died. So I don't have to worry about her telling me to be quiet and be in a corner. So I need to try to find my voice. I want to sound at least halfway like what I do in my head out loud. And it's going to be a journey. And I hope that you come with me on it, subscribe and follow. And let's see if we can get me there with your support. And maybe along the way, I can help encourage somebody else to find their own voice in their body, because that's another thing I need to work on. Yes, I have Parkinson's and I have neuropathy and just a list of things. And yes, that is painful and it keeps me from being as active as I want to be. And when I go out, I can't go out alone. I have to have somebody with me and I have to use a walker. But that's still no excuse not to do as much as I can as far as being healthy and to get my weight down.
So I had been talking about trying to find my voice again. And it seems like a funny thing to say, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that has lost their voice somewhere along the way. When you've been in abusive relationships of any fashion, and that can be with your partner or a parent or any adult that was taking care of you, is supposed to be in charge of you when you were little. They tell you to sit down and shut up, or just any of the abusive things that come, make you cringe a little bit. Even when you get out of the relationship, or even like in my case when my mother finally died, it didn't feel like I got my voice back. It felt like she took it with her. And I didn't even realize it until I started listening to the videos of myself and found that there was no joy and passion in my voice. Even though that's what I hear in my head, I'm a completely different person. My voice sounds different. My passion sounds different. I come across differently to myself. But when I open my mouth for it to come out, it's lost somewhere in translation. And I just know that I'm not the only person out there that has had this happen. And maybe they don't even know, just like I didn't know until actually today when I was going over some videos that I had made. And the funny thing is, I used to really love drama, not the kind that you find on Facebook, but like stage, theater. I loved to act when I was younger, and I was in quite a few productions, and I absolutely loved it. I remember the first one I that I auditioned for. I was so excited. It was for the play Arsenic and Old Lace, and I actually got a part. Believe it or not, I can't remember the name of the character, but it was one of the policemen in Arsenic and Old Lace, and I was so excited. And I called my mom and I said, I got it, I got it. And she was just really confused and didn't care very much, you could tell. And she's like, yeah, you got what? And I told her I got the part. And she said one of the most hurtful things that actually stuck with me through all of these years. And she's like, really? Sorry, I did not expect that to happen. I mean, way to go. And no wonder I don't have my voice. And I'm curious, what are some of your stories out there? How did you lose your voice? Or more importantly, if you did lose it and you found it again, how? What were the steps you took? I mean, I feel, even though I'm a big girl, I feel like a very small person in this world. And yeah, we're all small in the world, but I mean, I feel like I shouldn't take up much space, that I need to make myself as small as possible. Even when it's just me at home with my two kids, I have a son and a daughter that are 19 and 20, basically, that are still at home and probably will be for the foreseeable future. And even though I'm sure that neither one of them judges me, I feel like that I should still be this small, mousy person and in a tiny corner somewhere. And that's pretty much what I delegate myself to, is a small portion of space, of existence. And it's not a happy thing, especially if you're already dealing with chronic illnesses and pain, and you really can't leave the house, which I can't. I mean, I can leave, but not without help. I mean, even going on a walk is, as much as I would love to, that would be kind of a scary thing to do. I'd have to take my walker with me, and God forbid that I should like fall or something. That would be a call to the ambulance. And talk about embarrassing, having EMT come just to help you stand back up again. I don't think I want to do that. I want to exercise. I have an exercise bike, but I won't ride it because I'm afraid that one of my children will come out and see me on it. And even though that seems like a totally backwards thing, that I would be setting a good example if they saw me on it. I just don't know what it is. Um, oh, what? I don't get it. They're going to realize I'm fat if they see me on an exercise bike. I think they probably know that already. I don't know what's going on, but this should be an interesting journey. And I will share with you some of the experiences of my past as I go through it. And as I get braver, I will even jump on that exercise bike. I will do it. And I will film myself doing it because I want to be healthy for me, mentally and physically. And if that means I have to film it and share it with somebody in order to get myself to do it, by God, that's absolutely what I'm going to do. And maybe somebody, even if just one person, takes what I am doing and it makes them feel able to do it themselves, then it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So we'll see what comes of this.